Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we are looking at something pretty scarce actually. It's a bottle of Lichtenstein Pale Ale brewed by BrewDog and in collaboration with Tate Modern for the launch of their Royal Lichtenstein retrospective, which was in 2013. I can't remember the actual date. But while I were up at BrewDog, where I brewed a collaboration with a fellow beer blogger, Rich from the Beercast, Sarah, one of the members of the BrewDog team who were kind of looking after her as well. We were up in Scotland. She mentioned this beer and said, "Oh, have you ever had it? It's really good." I said, "No, I've never had the opportunity to try it. I mean, I think I saw it available at a few places, but it didn't stick around very long, and so I missed out." And she said, "Well, if I can find your bottle, I'll send you some." And she did. So big thanks, Sarah, for sending a couple of bottles of this for me to take a look at. It is a 5.1% ABV pale ale with rye and hopped with Cascade and Centennial. Fantastic looking label. I mean, as you can see, this is, well, it's literally a piece of Liechtenstein artwork, which is torpedo loss, which it's meant to be depicting kind of sea warfare, and obviously BrewDog always got that kind of like connection to the sea and shipping and stuff like that, so it's an obvious choice to pick that label. But fantastic, I mean, fantastic looking label. So let's get cracked open. I am dying for a beer. Yeah, I've had another collab they did for I think it was the 2nd anniversary of Tate Modern, one of the labels that John Basford designed for them actually. I wonder if I've got it over here. Oh yeah, I've got it here. 10 years, sorry. So Tate Modern, 10 years Tate Modern. What was the say on that? So 2 for 2 with these Tate Modern collabs from BrewDog. Anyway, beer in the glass. Definitely quite, yeah, really quite hazy actually. I guess maybe that rye is bringing some kind of protein to the beer. As far as colour goes, it's quite a dusty looking pale orange. Nice kind of tight head. Probably, yeah, as far as I can see, yeah, pretty much pure white froth. But yeah, it looks what it looks like. I mean, it looks quite wheaty in a way, but yeah, they often say when you brew with rye, it's got a real kind of it does make you mash quite gluey, so it might be these kind of proteins that kind of knock around. Anyway, let's check out the aroma. Yeah, Centennial and Cascade without a doubt. It's got a real kind of nice floral edge to it. It's got a sweet orange. It's got that kind of mustiness that I often find with a BrewDog beer. Yeah, lime, the kind of the flesh of a lime without a doubt. Yeah, actually maybe zest. Grapefruit flesh. I mean, the things keep jumping out of it. I got quite a kind of a plum jam note there then as well. There is a, not I won't say soapy, but a kind of like a, as I said, like a fruit sherbet kind of thing. There is a kind of a grassy note to it, but then like a musty, resinous note. What I periodically find in BrewDog beers. I hadn't smell it for a while, but maybe that's actually no. I bet it's the rye. If it is, that's quite potent rye. The more I think about it, it's like more like white pepper, ground white pepper. Smells good, smells different, it smells unlike a beer I've had from BrewDog in the past. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers, thanks Sarah, let's dive in. Without a doubt, it's got a lot of kind of telltale BrewDog flavours. Quite clean, crisp. You would find a lot of hoppy lagers that have got a kind of this kind of flavour. It's quite dry. I guess that rye is really drying it out. Initially, tart, lemon juice. Once again, this kind of white pepper note. Bay leaf, without a doubt. As it grows, I'm getting kind of more bitter lemon. Grapefruit rind. maybe white grape, bit of melon, that kind of thing. Weirdly, it tastes like a kind of beer that is hopped with a lot of kind of Saaz or something like that, or Hersbruck, or some kind of noble hops. When you put a lot of them in, it brings in this kind of like tart, grassy citrus which runs through it. Really quaffable. I'd imagine this kind of beer you want on an opening night of an exhibition. Quite accessible, good amount of character, decent amount of bitterness, nothing too aggressive to put off the kind of people who might not normally go for this kind of thing. But saying that, it's not boring by any stretch of the imagination. And when I think of kind of Cascade and Cascade and Centennial, which they always say Centennial is like a super Cascade, I always think of bigger kind of fruit bowl flavours, but this is more on that kind of like tart, kind of cutting citrus. Nice stuff, really quaffable. That rye does really kind of dry it out though, which makes you keep coming back for more. It's kind of beer that, as I've got it, relatively cool. It really suits being quite cool, so you can kind of, you want to kind of slay your thirst with that kind of beer. So that is a bottle of BrewDog's Lichtenstein Pale Ale, 5.1% ABV, rye pale ale, hopped with Cascade and Centennial, brewed in collaboration with Tate Modern to, as I said, to coincide with the launch of the Royal Lichtenstein retrospective in 2013. Big thanks once again to Sarah for sending down bottles of this for me to take a look at. It's lovely stuff. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.